Righto. Hello. How's everyone doing this fine day? Hope you're all doing well. It's Monday. Like I promised, I have arrived. A little bit, actually, I can't remember if I said around this time or not. But if I didn't, sorry I'm a bit later than I said I was going to be. Hey, Lightning Lunatic, the third in the Asmogon Runescape stream trilogy. Well, it's gonna be more than a trilogy, but we've hit a trilogy. The Return of the Asmo. Written, directed, and produced by Asmogon, starring Asmogon as himself. Indeed. That part is definitely correct. Kind of look grumpy in the helmet. You know, it's just, it's one of my more funnier faces that I have to work with for thumbnail making. Hey, James Reed! Damn, if that's his stats, he'd be grinding. Yes, I have been grinding. I play this on my breaks at work. So that gives me a 15-minute, a 30-minute, and a 15-minute to work to kind of work on it a little bit. I'm still trying to get my fletching up to 20. That's been a pain in the ass, but I'm on the way. Yeah, it took me a while, but I was trying to get enough XP in woodworking and like the fletching so I could make iron arrows. So I've also been doing a lot of mining and blacksmithing. I think I've been doing it rather efficiently, but I'm not sure what is defined as the most efficient tactic. I haven't been looking up tutorials as I've been playing. I've just been kind of coasting, like figuring things out as I go. So I'm not sure if I have the most streamlined methodology, but it's worked so far. Ach ja, Runenlandenschaft. I'm assuming that's German for RuneScape. Shaft. Right then. So today we're gonna do some more quests. I've definitely settled on that. Romeo and Juliet. I think I've already met Romeo, because while I've been going back and forth while I've been doing mining, especially when I started doing iron. There's this guy named Romeo at what was the town called? Varrock. Yes, here. Somewhere in town center. Oh, well, no, there's the quest. Yes, he's come up and talked to me like a couple times, but I have not interacted with him. I've been trying to avoid doing any quests at the moment. Had a friend, love you, and remember this from 7th grade. And remember this from 7th grade, oh, in computer class. You guys got to play RuneScape in computer class with us? Really? My computer class, the coolest game we got to play in my computer class was a game called Wolf Quest. And that was solely because we argued with the teacher that technically it was educational. And it kind of was, I guess. If you stretched the definition of educational. So is that the... Yes, that is the next quest. Right then. No, stop running. Wrong direction! Yes, but anyway, just to kind of recap while I march my metal ass all the way back to Varrock. So while in between now and last stream, my attack is hit 26, my hit points are now 28, my strength is 25, my defense is 25, my ranged is a pitiful 21. I was trying to get that up higher, but it is I was annoyed with the progress rate, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put that off until I have an oak short bow and I had proper iron arrows, which I now have, but yeah, I have 450 of them, and I just did that a little bit before stream, because I while at work is when I actually unlocked the ability to make them, so I was kind of desperately in between all my breaks trying to craft the necessary arrows for my ranged practice. So I've yet to actually test them out yet. It'll be interesting to see how much damage they do. Interrupted by a call from pollsters. He calls me pollsters. I don't think they call me anymore. As this is the 4th business day in a row they tried. I told them to sod off, or I'm talking to people who will make them stop. Wise man. Always starting to go above their heads. They fear what is above their heads. As all pollsters do. Is that a trapdoor? I just noticed that. Alright then. Noted for later. But yes, so I've also got my prayer up to 22 out of 22. And my cooking's at 21. I kind of haven't been intentionally leveling that. It's just been like, you know, I've been having to cook things so I don't die while I've been grinding certain mobs. Speaking of, the mobs I've been grinding have been the frogs in the swamp outside Lumbridge. There's level 13 fat-ass frogs that drop big bones, so that has helped me level my prayer, and that's also helped me level up all my other combat abilities. I have a feeling I've kind of outgrown them. Not completely. I still get a decent amount of XP from them. It's just, it's starting to hit that point where it's taking longer and longer to level skills farming them, so I'm probably going to have to fight something stronger soon. But we'll see if we get to do that today, now shan't we? Right then. Is any of the stats I need to highlight? I mean, wood cutting, that goes in line with fire making. Fire making I want to get to 20 at some point. I don't know how close I am yet. Slayer is at 4, as you guys have noticed, but that is because, as a reward, I can't remember if it was for a quest item or something like that. I didn't do any quests off stream, but it was for something. I'm trying to remember what it was, but some item I got that allowed me to, like, level up any skill a certain amount. And I was like, okay, I just picked Slayer, because it looked like it might be something that's harder to level outside the lot. So I was like, okay, I just put a little bit of extra XP in that than nothing that's in there currently. Captain Talk. Like TikTok talk. Okay. Alright, wait, where am I? Oh, we're right outside Falador. I meant to go to Varrock. This is what happens when I let my brain autopilot. I don't do much of the auto in the pilot. Hello, Undead Nerd. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? What's up? The ceiling. And above that, the sky. Not much, man. How about you? What's up with you? At least they're not like the frogs from FF14 who pull you to point-blank range and then do a big point-blank AoE. Yeah. These frogs, the most they do is they just tongue you. Sorry, too easy. Alright, let me make my way to Varrock, which is somewhere in this direction. Alright, so there's a bridge up there by the barbarian village, so I could just cut through around Draenor Manor. Or do that. We'll cut around Draenor Manor. This isn't ominous or anything. Nope. Nothing ominous here. Twitter's not the real world, it's living hell. I could have told you that. No duh. Which is why it's all the scarier that certain companies actually look to Reddit as like a litmus test for what will be popular and what won't be. It's like, yes, let's go to a fraction of the world's population and assume that's everybody. That can't go wrong. Oh, what a comfortable thing. Of all things to just have in the backyard of your manor. A noose. I love the decor. The Addams family should sue. Alright, there's a barbarian village. We are not going in there. We're going around to get to Varrock. Wait, they have coal? And tin just in the middle of the camp. Really? I did not know that. Interesting. Is it odd that I really prefer those graphics to Modern WoW? No, I'm with you there. I actually prefer this over Modern WoW. Personally. Not 100% sure if I prefer this over Classic or / Vanilla WoW. but I definitely prefer this over retail. Something's a lot more cozy and, like, straightforward about the aesthetics of this. Retail's kind of gotten to the point where it's just too fanciful, if that makes sense. Spoilers, listening to Reddit went terribly wrong. Not much of a spoiler. Alright, so Romeo. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou? If I remember correctly, I passed him in the center of camp. Well, there he is. Oh, he's carrying flowers. You romantically involved sod. How are you? Blub, blub. Where is my Juliet? Have you seen her? Yes, I've seen her, actually. No, sorry, I haven't seen her. Perhaps I could help to find her for you? That one. Perhaps I can help you to perhaps I can help find her for you. What does she look like? Oh, would you? That would be great. She has this sort of hair. Hair. Check. And these... Is that a sentence? Blah, blah, blah. And she these great lips. You trying out RuneScape 3 again? Been around 7 years since I've tried it. I have. I don't think I've ever tried RuneScape, because RuneScape or RS3, RuneScape 3. That's like that's like the equivalent to like retail WoW, but for RuneScape, right? I don't know anything about it. All I know is that whenever anyone talks about RuneScape, it's always OSRS. I don't think I ever hear anyone talk about RuneScape 3. And she these great lips. Lips. Right. Oh, and she has these lovely shoulders as well. Shoulders. Right. So she has hair, lips, and shoulders. That should cut it down a bit. Oh yes, Juliet is very different. Please tell her that she is the love of my long, and that... Am I having a stroke? What the fuck? Oh yes, Juliet is very different. Please tell her that she is the love of my long, and that I life... Oh, okay, I see what's happening. He's screwing up his speech. Oh yes, Juliet is very different. Please tell her that she is the love of my long, and that I life to be with her. Surely you mean that she's the love of your life and that you long to be with her. Oh, yeah. What you said. Tell her that. It sounds much better. Oh, you're so good at this. Start Romeo and Juliet quest. Here we go. I tried getting a booth at a local antique store today. Getting a booth? Okay. I couldn't get it because they want more antiques than pop culture stuff. Well, I guess I'm a hobo. I don't know if that makes you a hobo, it just means you just don't have enough stuff. Here, I bought it. I brought it up because I'm also in favor of the OSRS look instead of what RS3 has become. Okay, so immediately based on that sentence, I'm going to avoid RuneScape 3. Because last thing I need is another WoW, retail WoW in my life. That was already traumatic enough to live through. My boy Romeo ain't right in the head, man. Yo, Romeo has dyslexia, I think. Well, dyslexia applies to reading, right? It doesn't affect speech. Maybe I'm showing my ignorance here. But as far as I know, well, maybe I guess that's a type of dyslexia. There's speech dyslexia and like reading dyslexia. And I think the latter is the more common form. Because normally when I hear about dyslexia, it's in terms of reading. Which sometimes I feel like I have it, because I'll be reading a sentence, and I'll be like, wait, what the fuck did I just say? And I'll reread it again, it's nothing what I just read. It's like, oh, okay. Yes, okay, I'll let her know. Oh, great. And tell her that I want to kiss her. Kiss her, oh, this is gonna fuck me up. And tell her that I want to kiss her a give. You mean you want to give her a kiss? Oh, you're good. You are good. I see I've picked a true professional. Where can I find Juliet? Is there anything else you can tell me about Juliet? Where can I find her? Where can I find Juliet? Why do you ask? Okay. so that I can try and find her for you. Ah, yes, quite right. Let me think now. She may still be locked away at her father's house on the Cest Vide of Warwick. Fuck me. Ah. Oh, I remember how she loved it when I would sing up to. God damn it. Oh, I remember how she loved it when I would sing up to her balcony. She would reward me with her own personal items. What? She just gave you her stuff? Well, not exactly give. More like throw with considerable force. Is this like a one-sided, like, comedic version of Romeo and Juliet? She's always a kidder, that Juliet. Okay. So he said the vest side. Oh, let me read that again. Yes, okay. Yes, correct. On the Cest Vide of Warwick. So, west side of Varrock. Got it. Okay. Whoops. Damn it, I meant to say ask more about Juliet. Okay, west side. Methinks that Romeo let the extra chromosomes get him down. You might not be wrong. You might not be wrong. In fact, I would put money down that you're probably right. Alright, so that's north. So that means we're going this way, west. Yes, because north, east, west, south. Gotcha. Alright, so we're looking for a tall balcony. There's a balcony. Alright, what are the odds it's the first house we come to? Leptok. Philippa. That is not Juliet. That is a very pink room, though. Wait, what? Oh, there we are. Juliet! Juliet, I come from Romeo. He begs me to tell you that he cares still.
Oh, how my heart soars to hear this news. Please take this message to him with great haste.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm disappointed, because I was kind of expecting, like, oh, not that freak again. He won't leave me alone. Okay, so, no, are they just doing the traditional Shakespeare story? Message with great haste. Well, I hope it's good news. He was quite upset when I left him.
He's quite often upset, the poor sensitive soul, but I don't think he's going to take this news very well. However, Al is not lost.
Al, hold on.
Everything is explained in the letter. Would you be so kind and deliver it to him, please?
Certainly, I'll do that straight away.
Many thanks. Oh, I'm so grateful. You may be our only hope.
That gives you a message. Crap, Crap, I'm trying to remember who in Shakespeare's play was, like, Romeo's, like, best friend. I think it was Benvolio, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of the wrong play? Because sometimes, like, I mix up, like, Oh, crap, I forgot I have to actually click on the staircase. Because sometimes I mix up, like, Shakespeare's characters. I used to have to do those plays. My favorite I ever did was Much Ado About Nothing. That's not Shakespeare, that's just plays I've had to do. My favorite Shakespeare play I've ever had to do was Macbeth. Okay, so let us go deliver this to the inbred sod. Does it roughly mean pilgrim to Rome or Roman? Ah. Is that about right? Mercutio? Okay, now I'm looking it up because that sounds more correct than what I thought of. Mercutio. Yep. Mercutio is a fictional character in William Shakespeare's 1597 tragedy Romeo and Juliet. He is a close friend to Romeo and a blood relative to Prince Aeschylus and Count Paris. Yes. And Benvolio, I'm assuming then, was probably... Hold on. Before I even look it up, see if I can remember which play I think he's from. It's not Othello, I know that. Shakespeare's comedy. What makes it a comedy is nobody dies. That's what I remember. Shoot. I did that play like twice. Well, I did two different years, but for multiple shows. I'm trying to remember what the hell that one was called. Was it Much Ado About Nothing? I'm going to say it was Much Ado About Nothing. Am I correct? No, Benvolio is also Romeo and Juliet. Oh, okay. What character am I thinking of for Much Ado About Nothing, then? Because I'm just confusing myself. Sorry, I'm taking some time out of the stream just to figure this out, but this is screwing with me. Benedict, that's what I'm thinking of. Benvolio Benedict, I screwed that up. Oh well. Wish your ex called you Romeo? Okay. Why? I'll tell you this, I don't want my girlfriend to call me Romeo. I want her to call me by my name. That or hot stuff. That or sexy. If not sexy or hot stuff, my name will do. That still doesn't make sense, Undead Nerd. Because if you loved her, wouldn't you want her to call you by your name? Calling you by some other guy's name, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Call me Chester. But your name is John. You heard me, woman. You won't love me. It doesn't make any sense. Romeo, great news. I've been in touch with Juliet. She's written a message for you. You hand over Juliet's message on Romeo. Oh, a message! A message! I've never had a message before. Really? No, not one! Oh, well, except for the occasional court summons. Oh, I get the occasional traffic ticket. Okay. But they're not really nice messages. Not like this one. I'm sure that this message will be lovely. Well, are you going to open it or not? Oh, yes, of course. Dearest Romeo, I am very pleased that you sent Asgamon to look for me and to tell me that you still hold affliction. God damn it, the way he speaks, screwing me up. Because I hate it when I feel like I'm like screwing something up, like dyslexic wise, but then I have to reread it again and no, it is screwed up and I said it correctly. Affliction. She thinks I'm diseased. Affection. Yes, still hold affection for me. I still feel great affection for you, but unfortunately my father opposes our marriage. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good. What? Great affection for you? Father opposes our marriage and will kill you if he sees you again. I have to be honest, it's not getting any better. Our only hope is that Father Lawrence, our longtime confidant, can help us in some way. Romeo forwards the message away. Well, that's it then. We haven't got a chance. What about Father Lawrence? Our love is over. The great romance, the life of my love. I'm gonna choke him out. I'm gonna do it myself. Or you could speak to Father Lawrence. Oh, my aching, breaking heart. How useless the situation is now. We have no one to turn to. Father Lawrence! Father Lawrence?
Oh, yes! Father Lawrence! He's our longtime confidant. He might have a solution. Yes, yes! You have to go and talk to Father Lawrence.
Yeah, actually, god damn it! I tried to read it correctly, my brain's auto-correcting him. Fuck. Go and talk to Father Lawrence for us to ask him if he's got any suggestions for our predicament. Where can I find Father Lawrence?
Father Lawrence? Oh, he's... You know, he's not my real father, don't you?
I think I suspected that he wasn't.
Well, anyway, he tells these songs, luring Burmans. Luring Burmans, and keeps these here Karakian Vitis.
Ah! Murder! I want to murder him!
Snoring in his church at the east-north. Where can I find Father Lawrence? Have you heard from anything from Julia? Father Lawrence. I'm gonna read that again. What did he say? These here Krokian citizens snoring in his church to the east, north, or northeast. God, I hate this guy. She called you baby and cutie. Well, yeah, those are normal, like, cutesy names. They're also, again, not names, so, you know, it could be, those are the generic sweet things. If yours calls you God, all she screams, oh God, all the time. Yeah, this ain't looking good. My bet is it's a restraining order. Probably. Oh, the letter. No. She also called me Brian Adams. I'm assuming that's not your name, so... Again, why? Yeah, you don't need to tell me. Okay, my guess was wrong, but to say this boy is still severely lacking in brain cells is the understatement of the day. That is true. Prisons have bleach, they drink it too greedily. Indeed. Alright, so he's in the northeast. Northeast, so that would be this way. We're looking for a church. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to miss. Unless... Wait, no, this is a museum. Whoops. What the fuck happened? Oh, I accidentally clicked on those stairs. No, that's a museum. That's not a church. I thought it was a church. I thought it was like a big, huge cathedral, but no. Alright. Unless it's northeast out of the city. None of those look like churches. Bleach is something that should be savored. I'll take your word for it. I've not tried it myself. I don't intend to. That looks like a pub. Or an inn. Or an inn and a pub. At a construction site? What the hell is that? Oh, it's a sawmill. Okay. What the hell's going on with that rock? Alright, so I guess it wasn't northeast of Varrock. It might be some other location. He
is referencing. Great, I gotta go back and decipher what the hell that idiot was saying. 'Cause I didn't see a church. Hold on, unless there's lumberyard. Yeah, that's a pub. Oh wait, no, there it is. Altar. I guess I went wait, I thought that was the museum. Am I an idiot? I might be an idiot. Hold on. Enter back into the city. Oh, great. Walking 3 miles per hour. Yeah, that's museum. So the museum, hairdresser, and the altar, so that's the church. Okay, so I guess I passed it. Really? I didn't think it looked like a church. Oh, no, now that I actually been paying attention, yeah, it's got the pews and everything. I guess it was these little shields and swords things that threw me off. It made it look like it was some other, like a different purposed structure. At least that was my interpretation of it. Hey, let us enter. Ah, there he is, Father Lawrence. And let Sarah Demine light the way for you. Ugh! Can't you see that I'm in the middle of a sermon? But Romeo sent me. But I'm busy delivering a sermon to my congregation. Yes, well, it certainly seems like you have a captive audience. Okay. What do you want so I can get rid of you and continue my sermon? Romeo sent me. He says you may be able to help. Ah, Romeo, yes. A fine lad, but a little bit confused. Yes, very confused. Anyway, Romeo wishes to be married to Juliet. She must be rescued from her father's control. I agree, and I think I have an idea. A potion to make her appear dead. Yeah, so where we really are, we're just going beat for we're just beat for beat doing the Shakespeare play, except I guess adding more comedy to it. Dead? Sounds a bit creepy to me, but please continue. The potion will only make Juliet appear dead. Then she'll be taken to the crypt. Crypt? Again, very creepy. You must have some strange hobbies. Then Romeo can... Okay, the commentary is funny. Then Romeo can... And the fact that he's just kind of ignoring us is kind of funny too. Then Romeo can collect her from the crypt. Go to the apothecary. Tell him I sent you. And that you'll need a cadaver potion. Apart from the strong overtones of death, this is turning out to be a real love story. I mean, for Shakespeare, this was the epitome of romance. Alright, so we now have to go to the apothecary. Crap, did he say where the apothecary was? I'm assuming it's in the same city, but... Need to find an apothecary to make cadaver potion. Maybe Romeo one. Okay. Alright, map. Bank, archery shop. Yes, a brilliant idea. This cannot possibly go wrong in any way, shape, or form. No red flags at all. I mean, if it goes like the play does, spoilers, I guess, but for those who don't know Romeo and Juliet, at the end of the play, she fakes her death to try and, escape with her beloved Romeo. Romeo fights his way down there. He then duels, I can't remember if it was Paris or somebody else. He duels somebody, he kills them. He gets all the way down there to collect her. The potion she took didn't wear off yet, so she still appeared dead. So in his great sorrow and the fact that he didn't pay attention, I can't remember who tried to tell him. I can't remember if it was Mercutio or not. But someone tried to tell him what the plan was, but they failed to get across the whole she's not actually dead part. So he's there, he's depressed. He's like, the love of my life is dead. And then he drinks actual poison, kills himself. And then just as he's dying, or dead, that's when Juliet wakes up to see his corpse. And in her great sorrow, she then kills herself. And that's how the play ends. You know, Shakespeare was a real fucked up guy. But, for his era, a true visionary. Gripping drama. Alright, so that's the general store, clothes shop, sword shop, apothecary. Alright, so the apothecary's on the other end of town. Gotcha. Alright, well at least we know where we're going now. Sort of. I got turned around. Never read it, but I know how it ends. Yeah, I've had to read it, I've had to memorize my lines, and I've had to go on stage and do it. Numerous times. Weirdly enough, the most fun one I ever did was actually in grade school. We had a rendition of Romeo and Juliet, but it was based off of Dr. Seuss's... You know, Thing 1 and Thing 2? Basically, Thing 1 and Thing 2 are the Montagues and the Capulets. The two warring families. Also, fun fact, Romeo and Juliet actually technically predicted a real-life situation like that between the Hatfields and the McCoys here in the U.S. Both those families, for those who don't know, fought in the Civil War on opposite ends. I can't remember which was which. I think it was Hatfields were the Confederacy and the McCoys were the Union. I'm not exactly sure. But the two families legendarily hated each other. They had bad blood from like generations and prior to the war even. And, oh, hello. Mysterious old man. Hey, Askerman, would you like to come and solve a maze for me? No, I'm busy. Thank you, though. Okay, then. What was I saying? God damn it, that completely threw my brain off. Alright, so... Right. And he's gone. Yeah, pretty much. I had my train of thought derailed. But was it ever on rails to begin with? Oh, Hatfields and McCoys, thank you. Yes, and that, well, during the Hatfields, so, the real, like, warfare between the Hatfields and McCoys kicked off when one of the Hatfield boys returned home, and the McCoy boys ran him aground, and before he made it home from the war, they killed him. Well, technically it's debated on exactly how it went down. Some say that the Hatfield boy drew a gun on the McCoys. Most people agree that the McCoys were just waiting for him and were ready to gun him down due to the bad blood between their families. Plus, again, one siding with the Union, one siding with the Confederacy. They killed him. They unfortunately didn't take care of his body. So it was reported to the Hatfields that their boy was killed, and it didn't take any time at all for him to figure out who had done it. That started an open warfare between the two families. They started shooting and killing each other. But during this active set of war, there was a Romeo and Juliet romance going on because I can't remember if it was the youngest or one of the younger boys of the McCoys was actually had the hots for the Hatfield's daughter. And they actually were in love with each other. And if I recall correctly from my history, they actually were one of the few to escape the bloodiest part of the family's feud. I can't remember if it was recorded in history what happened to them, but yeah, it's if you actually look at that real world history of the Hatfields and McCoys, it's very, very eerily similar to the Capulets and the Montagues in in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. So, fun fact, he incidentally predicted with his fictional play a real life story. Not one for one, but similar. Alright, apothecary. I am the apothecary. I breed potions. Do you need anything specific? Can you make potions for me? Talk about something else. Can you make potions for me? Can you make potions for me? Oh. None of those look like the right thing.
Ah, there it is. Remember that. Apothecary, Father Lawrence sent me. I need a cadaver potion to help Romeo and Juliet. Till I learn otherwise, I shall headcanon they headed west and live a happy life of a prairie. I will be disappointed to properly learn otherwise. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Cadaver potion. It's pretty nasty and hard to make. Wing of rat, tail of frog, ear of snake. I beg your pardon? Ear of snake. Ear of snake. Snakes don't have ears. We've already hit our first roadblock. And horn of dog. Wait, hold on. I didn't read the first two properly. I thought that was like wing of bat. No, wing of rat. Tail of frog. Some frogs have tails. Tadpoles. Ear of snake. Horn of dog. I have all that, but I need some cadaver berries. You will have to find them while I get the rest ready. Bring them here, and you have them. Here when you have them. But be careful, they are nasty. What do these berries look like? Where can I find these berries? Where can I get these berries? I think I saw some recently in the local vicinity. Oh yes, that's right. There was a little bit of commotion when some kids visited the southeastern Verk mining pit. The trip was disrupted because some kids had found some cadaver berry bushes, and they started picking them. They wrapped that trip up pretty quickly. What do these berries look like? Where can I get these berries? How are these berries dangerous? They're generally okay, but if handled improperly, they can be a bit nasty. And I certainly wouldn't advise drinking the potion. Okay, thanks. So southeast Varrock mining pit. Oh, right there. Just outside the walls, it would seem. Right then. We'll circle around. And rats don't have wings, silly. Yes, you are correct. They do not. Actually, hold on. Let me go get some water. I forgot to grab some before the start of the stream. Sweet, succulent water, you are mine. Yes, indeed. Ice, cold water. And nothing else. Ice, cold water. Liquid death? Yes, actually. You are correct. I'm not sponsored. Right here. I thought it would be a more fun way to drink water. Alright, so now we're looking for some cadaver berries. And this... Oh, wait, there's another mining site. Oh, he did say southeast. This would be southwest, wouldn't it? Okay, we have to go to the other one. To the other... I didn't know they came in 12-ounce cans. Yes, they do. 12-ounce cans. Yeah, I know that they also have the 16-ounce ones. I get the 12-ounce because there's more cans.
And if I want to add some flavor to it, I do actually have the Liquid Death Convicted Melon powder. Best Nathan Explosion? In your best Nathan Explosion. Not sure what that means. Oh, shit. Stay away from those ugly fellows. My god. Alright, so we go around this way. Wait, can I go around that way? Sheep. I guess I could have. Ah, they're attacking me, aren't they? Leave me be, foul sorcerer! From Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse. Death Clock. My brain's not computing. Red Berry Bush. Cadaver Bush! There it is! How many did I need? You should take these cadaver berries to the apothecary. Okay, I guess I have enough. Works for me. Copper, tin, iron. Oh, okay, it's got the lot. Fantastic. God damn it, leave me be! Dickhead. I don't remember consenting to a duel. Bastard. So the Hatfield McCoy romance does end in tragedy, but hilariously, the two families were on Family Feud in 1979. Oh yeah, I guess a lot of people like when I talk to people about Hatfield McCoys, I guess I always leave out the part that both families survived the war. It got pretty bloody between the two families, but it never got to the point where one annihilated the other. They just killed a lot of each other. And also, fun fact on top of that, they were actually in a TV show together. They were in a reality TV show, in fact, where it was all about moonshine. I think it was called, like, Hatfield McCoy's White Lightning or something like that. Obviously, the show is scripted. It's reality TV. The only thing that was real is that the actual families of the Hatfields and McCoys did agree to do the show. Now, in the show, they pretend to still have a very active hatred of each other, but I think it's commonly known that they kind of buried the proverbial hatchet a long time ago. They're probably not, like, the best of friends, but they've appeared on shows and stuff together numerous times over the last decades. So, at the very least, they've buried the hatchet enough to do shows together. And after all, it's kind of hard to keep a grudge going for, what, an extra 100 years? Kind of extensive period of time to hate each other. Especially when you have the expectation to hate each other. That kind of just inherently makes you not want to hate each other. Like, everyone else around you is like, oh, you guys must hate each other. It's like, I mean, their families were dicks to ours, like, a century ago. Kind of over and done with. Metalocalypse was a series on Adult Swim, I think, a couple decades ago, followed the shenanigans of a fictional death metal band. Oh. That sounds familiar. Maybe I've seen that. I am the apothecary, but... Oh, yes. Something else. Romeo and Juliet. Well done. You have the berries. You hand over the berries, which the apothecary shakes up in a vial of strange liquid. Phew. Here's what you need. The apothecary gives you a cadaver potion. Thanks.
Alright, so do I go back to Father Lawrence, or do I just go straight to Romeo? Alright, so... Oh, no, we're going to Juliet with it. Okay. And she was right over here. I am actually very curious to see how this ends. Oh. Man, they got some dragon heads on the wall? Damn. Wait, who's this chick? Philippa. Oh, I guess that's her mermaid. Talk to Juliet. Hi, Juliet. I have an interesting proposition for you, suggested by Father Lawrence, and maybe the only way you'll be able to escape from this house and be with Romeo. Go on. I have a cadaver potion here, suggested by Father Lawrence. If you drink it, it will make you appear dead. Yes. And when you appear dead, your still and lifeless corpse will be removed to the crypt. Oh, a cold, dark, creepy crypt. Sounds just peachy. Okay, good. She's good. I was worried she was like all down for it. Like, no, she's like, oh, this sounds terrible. Then Romeo can steal you in the crypt and rescue you, and just as you wake up. And this is the great idea for getting me out of here. To be fair, I can't take all the credit. In fact, it was all Father Lawrence's suggestion. Okay. If this is the best we can do, hand over the potion. You pass a suspicious potion to Juliet. Wonderful. I just hope Romeo can remember to get me from the crypt. Please go to Romeo and make sure he understands. Although I love his gormless, lovelorn, soppy ways. He can be a bit dense sometimes, and I don't want to wake up in the crypt on my own. Oh shit, cinematic time. I didn't... Okay, this game has cinematics. In tragedy. Oh, here's Philippa, my cousin. She's in on the plot too. What? Oh shoot! I guess I misclicked. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I could click out of it. Okay. She's going to make it seem even more convincing. Yes, I'm quite the actress. Good luck, dear cousin. Right, bottoms up. Oh no! Juliet has died! You might be more believable if you're not smiling when you say it. Oh, yeah. You might be right. Okay, let's try again. Oh no! Juliet has died! Perhaps a bit louder, like you're upset that your cousin has died. Right, yes, okay. I think I'm getting my motivation now. Okay, let's try this again. Oh no! Juliet has died! Oh, Juliet, my poor dead cousin! What's all this screaming? Sorry if I blew out anyone's eardrums. Oh no, my poor daughter! What has become of you? Poor Juliet. Make preparations for her body to be placed into the crypt. Goddamn. Oh no, my headphones are died. Sorry. A truly Oscar-winning performance. Thank you. Thank you. I'll accept my reward post-haste. Okay, so I guess we're going to the crypt. Where the fuck is the crypt? Alright, right. Go to Romeo, tell him what's happening, then we go to the crypt. But where the hell is the crypt? Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou? We have to go and collect thy wench. She lieth in the deepest of crypts upon her family's tombs. I keep walking past him.
Romeo, it's all set. Juliet has drunk the potion and has been taken down into the crypt. Now you just need... Oh, fuck, I didn't finish with that. Ah, right, the potion. Great. What potion would that be, then? The cadaver potion? You know, the one which will make her appear dead. She's in the crypt. Pop along and claim your true love. But I'm scared. Will you come with me? Oh, okay. Come on. I think I saw the entrance when I visited it there last. Oh, I guess we're just being whisked there. This is pretty scary. Oh, be quiet. We're here. Look, Juliet is over there. Oh, I was like, already in the box? Goddamn. We need a crowbar. You go over to her, and I'll go and wait over here. Oh, okay then. Hey, Juliet? Juliet? Oh dear, you seem to be dead. Hi, Romeo. I'm Philippa. Wow, you're a fox! Is there nothing redeeming about this bastard? Goddamn! It became the guy looking at other girl meme. Yeah, it did. In a much more fucked up version. This one just got way better. I know, right? Oh, please tell me she wakes up. Please tell me she wakes up. It's a shame about Juliet, but perhaps we can meet up later. Who's Juliet? What? No, that can't end there. For shame. That can't end there. Juliet wakes up, right? Gets pissed off that he's like a cheating dick? Or did she actually die? Is there a sequel quest? There's gotta be a sequel quest, right? I mean, she is a redhead. Look, listen. Redheads are sexy as shit. But you commit to a lady, you bungling idiot. Not you, Havoc, but him. I think she actually killed her. Oh, the drama. I need a sequel, goddammit. Go talk to Juliet, she's alive. Oh, okay. She is, okay. I need closure. That did not end at, like... I need a sequel. Oh crap, I'm going the wrong direction. I keep getting turned around at the town square. She actually, yeah, that'd be fucking like, damn. She killed the bitch. It's like, I killed my cousin to sleep. Now I get Romeo. Oh yes, what a prize to kill your cousin for. Staircase. Actually, I want to talk to Philippa first. Hello, I seem to be getting on really well with that dashing, lovely, dovely Romeo. Pity about poor Juliet. She missed out there, I reckon. He better be packing a schlong. For he better be packing. I sat in that cold crypt for ages waiting for Romeo. That useless fool never showed up. You know what? This is one of those rare occasions. Don't tell the truth. You say no. You're like, yeah,
He didn't show up. He's an idiot. All I got was indigestion. I'm done with men like him. Now go away before I call my father. At least she dodged a bullet that Filippo apparently gladly stepped in front of. Or very, very rich. One or the other. One or the other to... With that level of stupidity, I can only feel like God would balance the scales, you know? Alright, you're as dumb as a box of rocks, but here's a schlong. That, or he's very, very rich. That might explain why he's dumb, you know, when you're a trust fund Nepo baby. There's no reason you should have brains. Just ask Pirate Software. Alright, so now I have a cadaver berry I don't need, so I'm just gonna drop that. Wow. Honestly though, that was a fun quest. That was fun. Didn't go where I was seeing it going, so that was pretty good. That was very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, that was very, very entertaining. A very neat twist on the traditional Romeo and Juliet story. It had some drama at the end there. My god, I want a sequel. I haven't seen such backstabbing vixenry since Spock's betrothed tried to get him murdered by claiming she wanted Kirk because she wanted some other dweeb. Got it? What a reference, Havoc, but yes. That was also a very good story. For anyone who hasn't seen Star Trek, the original series, watch it. There are some moments where it shows its age so damn hard. Like, in particular, the fight between Kirk and the Gorn. You can see the zipper. It's clearly a costume. And the rock that they throw back and forth could not be more obviously foam. But the storylines are so good. They hold up, in my opinion. And plus the characters. Character acting, you can't beat the original cast. You really can't. Like, just legends. Legends with the original Trek. Bravo, OG RuneScape quest writers. Indeed. I should have hired these people to write... Like, after Warcraft stopped being something you could even remotely try and take seriously, they should just hire the RuneScape quest writers. It's like, alright, well, we don't give a fuck about our own universe anymore. Might as well add a bit of comedy. Alright. Varrock Herald. Okay, their newspaper. Alright, so what's our next quest we can do then? Witch's Patient. Difficulty Novice, very short, standard name 2001, so it's an OG. No requirements, no recommendations. Remington, showing up. Oh, all the way over there. Oh, okay, it's just by Port Sarim. I don't know if I want to go through the Kingdom of Misthalin and then go past Draenor, or if I want to go by the Barbarian Village, go straight down. I think we'll go by the Barbarian Village, we'll go straight down until we hit the road, and then continue the road until we come past Port Sarim to get to Remington. Makes the most sense. Alright. Off we go! To adventure! I'm stealing it for D&D. Yeah, I think I'd steal it and make a couple modifications. But yeah, that was very, very good. Unironically, so far, the RuneScape quests would be actually great side quests to do for players in a D&D campaign. Especially a more lighthearted one. There's a Barbarian Village. We'll go through the Barbarian Village and then cut directly south. Talk to Sigurd. Perhaps later, Sigurd. This is so much better than gathering 20 bare asses. It really is. It seems like the way RuneScape structures the quests, because it's a sandbox and they clearly leave the game open for you to grind and do all the skill sets away from the quests don't serve the purpose of like you leveling up like they do in a theme park MMO like WoW. So the quests can be in an MMO like this more dedicated stories, whether like not in depth like deep stories, at least so far, but you know, little side stories and things like that you can experience in the world. So they don't have to be oriented around giving you an arbitrary like grind or arbitrary thing to kind of force a level up or force you to learn or force you to like progress through a certain zone. So I think that's the benefit of RuneScape's design, is the quests structurally don't have to fit that mold. So they can be wacky and on their own and completely irreverent. And which I like that a lot. I think that's a huge benefit of it being in this format. Oh, shoot, let's go around the other wall. So I want to hit that road and then cut west. Deep stories won't start till multiple part storylines, but I think they try to cram humor into the standalone ones as much as they can. Okay, so there are like longer storylines. Okay, interesting. I'll be curious to see how those ones flow. Yes, but I do really appreciate them fitting in the humor. It definitely lends itself to at least being a lot more like family friendly of a game so far. It's definitely a very kid-friendly MMO. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a kids MMO. It's like it's not as over-the-top cartoony and like softened as I would say something like Wizard 101 is, or Pirate 101. There's probably other ones I'm thinking of, but you know, it's it doesn't exist anymore, but Toontown. I miss Toontown. That was a fun MMO back in the day. At least I think if I'm remembering the name correctly. It's the one where you can make like a Toon style character from old school like Disney stuff, right? And in the game, it was kind of like Wizard 101 where you'd like hit bosses and then you'd like throw gags at the enemy to beat them. And all the enemies were like the idea is they're all designed was they were crap. What was their theme? They were like boring, like real world, like businessmen and stuff like that. They were trying to steal the wacky fun of like the Toontown. Like, if you guys don't know the MMO, it really was like the awesome precursor to something like Wizard 101. Actually, I don't even know if it was a precursor because I can't remember when it came out. But it was this awesome Disney-based MMO that I can't remember when it was shut down. But the day it was so depressing because that was like. It was so much fun when I was a kid to play Toontown. At least I'm remembering it being called Toontown. I might have just called it that. I can't remember if it was actually... That was actually the proper name of the MMO. But similar to Wizard 101, you'd run into mobs, you'd get into like this battle circle, and you'd have gags, which were like your spell cards from Wizard 101. And you could throw them at the enemy. No, we're in Port Sarum. So I have to go one more town area. The leprechaun's going. Oh, I could just. There's just random wizards running around that I can attack. Attack the fire wizard. No, thank you. Well, I'm more powerful than the Fire Wizard, strength-wise, I think, but I'd rather not. Seems a bother. Oh, they got a full-blown quarry in there. Oh, the music shifted. And there's just a portal in the middle of town.
Righto, I have questions. More than a couple. Alright, which is potion... Hetty at her home in Remington. Ah, I see. Excuse me, small child. Oh, I guess I have to go around. She has children, apparently. Unless they're separate housing units. What's up, you old bag? What could you want with an old woman like me? I'm in search of a quest. Maybe I can think of something for you. Would you like to become more proficient in the dark arts? Yes. Yes, let me become one with my darker side. Okay, I'm going to make a potion to help you bring out your darker self. If this turns into a BDSM joke, it won't. I safely figure, but still. You will need certain ingredients. What do I need? You need an eye of a newt, a rat's tail, an onion. Oh, and a piece of burnt meat. Great, I'll go and get them. An eye of a newt. What the hell are newts? The burnt meat is probably the easiest one because I just gotta kill like a handful of rats, and odds are at least one of the pieces of meat will come out burnt. There's goblins over here. We found a witch. May we burn her? It would be appropriate. Fear ye, adventurer, for I hear there are wizards skulking in the bushes, waiting for random passers-by to bamboozle with their hocus pocus and tomfoolery. I always find it hilarious that all new players miss the obvious. Did I miss something? Well, if all new players miss it, then it's not obvious. It's obvious to you because you've done it before and you've had the oh moment. Something is obvious if even new players and people who are unfamiliar with the thing don't notice it. Like, statistically, that's the meaning of it. Where's Mancrick's wife? I can't make a picture out of it. Remember, you need an eye of the newt, a rat's tail, onion, and a piece of burned meat. Off you go, dear. Eye of the newt. That certainly sounds familiar. So I'm not sure about the obvious. Is it a wardrobe? It relates to the meat. Burnt meat. I can't think of what I'm missing. Again, I don't think it's obvious. I think it's obvious to you because you know what to look for.
You can easily do it in real life, but just try not to. I'm burning it? I mean, like, yeah, you can burn it in real life. Again, I guess I'm just not following where you're going with that. Let's see if we can find rats around here. Or chickens. Ah, there's some rats. So we just kill the rats and we cook a fire. How would we burn it? You put it in the fire. Or you put it in too hot of a pan, or you leave it for too long. Any of those? When I've cooked in this game, it hasn't given me an option to, like, pull it in or out of, like, a fire, though. It doesn't give me... Fuck yeah, sea shanty. Sea shanty. It just seems like it's an automated process. As far as I can tell, like... I insulted, that's how I burn it, right? I guess you could also use a blowtorch. Should probably bury the bones. Alright, give me the meat and give it to me raw. Alright, take the bones. There you go. Right, lad, right, lad. Alright, then we need some trees. Alright, let me see if I can get any of those 4 to burn. Alright, throw it in the fire. There you go. Immediately, we burnt one. Good. Yeah, see, it seems like it's automatically timed, and it's like a dice roll on whether or not it burns, or a percentage in the system. I guess it's my assumption is the calculation is done based on your cooking skill. So the higher the cooking skill, the lower the likelihood of you burning something is. Alright, so we got the meat. Now I need eye of a newt. Try experimenting? That's too broad. Try experimenting, okay? I experiment by putting my hands off the keyboard. Experiments results inconclusive. I'm not sure, like, what to experiment with. Like, hold my mouse down while the meat's over the fire. Try cooking one at a time. That can go in many different directions. Is it like add more wood to the fire? Like click on multiple of the logs to burn at a time, maybe? I don't know. Became mad scientist. You just cook cooked meat. Wait, what? You can cook cooked meat. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So even if you don't burn it, you can intentionally burn it by cooking it again, even if it's already been cooked. Okay, I see what you mean. I didn't even know you could do that, but that does make sense. Alright, so we got the burnt meat. So now I need eye of a newt. What was the other 2 things? Could probably find... Oh, it even gives me recommendations. Okay, find an onion probably at a farm. Rats typically one from a small rat. Okay, so I gotta find a small rat. And I have a new... Maybe the magic shop in Port Sarim could sell me this. Oh, I have to buy something? Can't just simply kill something in the neighborhood? some point you simply can't fail to cook. Really? So like if you max out cooking, you can't fail? Like the percentage is that low? Damn. That sounds nice. Because I've played a lot of games where even if you max out your character, even if there's something based on like a luck system, or sorry, a roll system, no matter how good it is, there's still that 1% chance you fail. So... Magic shop. Oh wait, no, there's a magic shop. It's in the corner there. Makes sense. Oh no, Hasbro needs to go shopping. I hate shopping. I really do. I'm actually kind of blessed. My girlfriend hates shopping too. Unless she's looking for a very specific cosmetic item. Like, my girlfriend almost never asks to go shopping when, like, we spend time together on the weekends. Except for one time. Like, I was talking to her, like, on one Friday at work. Because we both work at the same place. We used to, anyway. She's starting a new job elsewhere, and I'm starting a new job as well. Because the place we worked at closed down, so everyone had to find new jobs. But we both found our new jobs. But one day after, right as work was ending for her, and my shift was starting, because that's when we go inside. I'm second shift, she was first. We were just talking, and I was like, oh, yeah, tomorrow on Saturday, it's supposed to rain real bad, so, you know, good thing we're just hanging out at the house. And she's like, oh, you know, like, rainy days are actually a great day to go shopping. Which was one of the, like, immediately I was like, what? That's usually the opposite of what people say. So I immediately knew, you want to go shopping. Where? And she's like, oh, I want to go shopping, and she named the town. The town is one of the big cities with a high crime rate further south from us. And I was like, why? And she's like, because there's a Hot Topic there, and there's no Hot Topic nowhere else nearby. I'm like, and they're selling merch for a show I really like. And they're the only ones partnered with them. I'm like, what show? And apparently it's a show called Murder Drones, which is apparently on YouTube and Amazon Prime. I don't know much about it. I've watched the show now with her. I couldn't tell you what the plot was. But she was... It's the only time ever she's asked me, like, hey, can we go shopping? And as a good boyfriend, I agreed. So I took her shopping. We drove over 2 hours in the pouring rain to go to Hot Topic. And I ended up spending a lot of money that day. Hello there, welcome to my Magic Emporium. Can I see your wares? Sorry, I'm not into magic. Can I see your wares? Of course. Alright, I have a newt. I think I only need one. Right? I only need one. Yes, and I have a newt. Alright, so now we just need to find some poor random rat to murder. By that I mean that's the level you 100% cook it successfully. Oh, like level 99. Oh, sorry, level cook meat isn't even that high. It's only level 34. Oh, okay, so you don't even need to max it out. Maine is a lobster state, of course. There's criminals, murder drones, it's gay, but it's not bad. I don't really have much of an opinion. The show... The show is a conundrum for me. Because, for me, my problem isn't the animation. The animation is actually kind of comfy because it reminds me of, like, 2000... Like, early 2000... Like, for those of you who remember Toonami Tom from, like, the old school days of Cartoon Network, the animation immediately reminded me of Toonami Tom. Obviously a little bit higher fidelity, but it was that era of animation, essentially, made in a more modern day. So the animation was fine. The characters, I kind of like most of the characters. Where the show kind of lost me is in the world building.
and in like the stakes of everything. Like the stakes didn't feel that dire, even towards the very climax of the show. Like where like I'm not going to say anything due to spoilers. I don't want to spoil anybody who hasn't seen the show, but by the end of it, I was like, who am I supposed to care about again? Like, there's been a lot of death in the show just kind of casually, and nobody's really reacted like it's a big deal, so I'm not sure at what point I'm supposed to be like, that was always my problem with the show. But she was into it, at least. Oof, Hot Topic, not good. I mean, it's Hot Topic. I don't like going there, but I don't like going there because it's expensive. Not necessarily because there's nothing there that's interesting. I like nerdy clothing from time to time, but it's just so pricey. Like, every time I've gone to Hot Topic, it's just like hundreds of dollars for very, very little. Like, very, very little. Like, 3 t-shirts and like a couple pins. $100. How? Well, this shirt is a brand new item, so it's like $60 for a t-shirt. God damn. What are you, 14? No. I don't think so, anyway. If I'm 14, the last 2 decades of my life have been a lie. Hot Topic has goth lesbians, not goth women. I don't know about that. There will be some shopping once you guys come here to Germany. We will be doing a lot of shopping in Germany, but that's different. Like, that's like going to another country and experiencing a whole level of tourism. I think James is talking to Undead Nerd. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Alright, so these guys are giant rats, so we're looking for normal-sized rats. I know where there's some over by Lumbridge, but I don't know if we can get lucky and there's some nearby. Just, oh look, there's an imp. Be gone, little demon. No, I was talking to Azagon. Light smat talk. Oh, well, I'm not sure what that was in response to what I said anyway. So, wait, is it because I went to Hot Topic? Because that wasn't me. That was her goal. I just drove her there. And then I had to buy everything for her. But that's just standard boyfriend's thing. Alright, I'll just drive you there. Gets there. She has like 30 things she really wants. But I can't get it. Pulls out wallet. If it were up to me, I'd never step in another Hot Topic. I'll go to a Spencer's. Spencer's at least has some utilities. That's as far as I can go with that on YouTube. Yeah, I'll go to a Spencer's. Not all the time, though, because Spencer's is also expensive. In fact, sometimes they're worse. They're way worse than Hot Topic is. Spencer's is like Hot Topic if you doubled the age range. Preferably, if I go to a shop or go like shopping, I go to my local game shop because I'll pick up. Well, I used to pick up Warhammer 40k minis. I'll pick up some D&D minis. I'll pick up some paints. If there's a new types of board games or booklets that just came out, usually they have some that are on the shelf that I might want to try. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Always like picking up a pack or two once in a while. You know, that's what I like for like nerd shop stuff. I don't like shopping in general.
I'm a very... I can't say I'm not materialistic. I mean, I kind of am, but my materialism is not the same, I guess, as like a lot of other people's. I don't like shopping, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and I'm just saying it in a very roundabout way. When I do buy stuff, I buy stuff in like bulk, and then I don't buy anything for like months. And then I'll buy some stuff in bulk, and then I won't buy anything for months. And most of the time when I buy something on the regular, it's food, or it's like a necessary utility. Because already so much of my money goes to food and necessary utilities, and also expenses, you know, adult stuff, the fun stuff, of course. So I guess because of that, I just don't have that joy of, like, retail therapy. Thoughts on the Coldplay thing? Oh, are you talking about the CEO dude cheating on his wife with an HR lady who was likewise cheating on her husband with him? Okay. So, let me just go to Lumbridge, because that's where I know there's small rats. Otherwise, I'm going to be running around forever. It's a bit of a run, but it's worth it. So, let's just go to Lumbridge, because I know there's some small rats in Lumbridge. Give the adult stuff to yourself. I mean, I do. I think most people do. It's only freaks on Twitter that are like, hey, let's talk about this. It's like, no, that's not necessary at all. You have a private domicile for a reason. I haven't played 40k in 15 years. Lucky you. Just keep it that way. It's gone the way of Warcraft. In a very similar fashion, actually. Actually, kind of worse. Grimdark feature by one-page rules, on the other hand, have game every fortnight. Nice. Keep with that. That'll probably stay much more comfortable for far longer. 40k as a tabletop game hasn't been good since 7th edition, and most people would disagree with me when I say that, so if we're going by popular opinion, it hasn't been good since 5th or 4th edition. But the lore hasn't been good since definitely 7th. Like, the lore has taken a huge deep dive lately. Hence why I'm stepping away from it content-wise on YouTube. Channel used to be dedicated to it. Now I'm just gonna have it as a side content thing with some community-based stuff, and otherwise it's more or less general gaming here, which is fine by me. You know, there's plenty of indie games that are really good and fun to play, or old school games like this that are fun to go back and play. So, 40k was... I was just kind of hoping it would not fall as bad as it has. Never cared for Coldplay. I don't think I know any Coldplay songs, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think I know any. Alright, so we're in Lumbridge here. I think it's behind the castle. Because there's giant rats behind the castle, but there's also small ones that were circling around them. So if we just slip over there. There's also some in the swamp, small rats. Randomly remembering I annoyed a dungeon master one time because he had a prophetess NPC and my character, a servant of a sphinx, just asked for proof of her powers by asking a riddle. That is random. Imagine if WoW was rendered like this. I don't have to. WoW was rendered like this. Obviously not to this bare bones degree, but WoW was much more reserved in its graphics in like vanilla days. So I don't have to imagine. There's one. Rat! Rat's tail. Alright. What do we have left? And an onion, which we'll have to go through the farms. 40k is just so much work now. I mean, it is. Well, the thing is, the biggest problem with 40K now is actually not even how much work there is, because it used to actually be more of a complex game. I use that term instead of complicated because I hate when people say, "Oh, 40K is too complicated." No, it's not. 40K is actually used to be 40K is becoming too complex in the wrong ways now, and it's streamlining everything wrong. Like, their mindset with streamlining is, oh, let's get rid of war gear. That was a recent decision with 10th edition, which I absolutely fucking hate. Let's streamline things by removing certain commands that you can have throughout your game, or like I absolutely hate like what their mindset is with streamlining. Also streamlining. Let's take a bunch of models and let's put them in legacy models, and let's have them no longer applicable in tournaments and in proper games. It's like, that fucking sucks. 40K used to be complex. Now it's complicated. And in all the wrong ways. It has become a shadow of itself, in my opinion. And thing is, I'm fine with it if the game gets too bad, because I love playing the tabletop, but if it were to just die in that regard, I would survive as a fan, because I still like painting the models. Like, that alone is fun for me. I like assembling, I like kit bashing. I could just go to a painting like, not necessarily Golden Demon, I don't think I'm that skilled, but I could do that. Alright, so we passed wheat, potatoes. That's more wheat. I think there's gotta be onions along the route, I'd assume. That's like a cabbage patch there. Oh wait, hold on, it might be like right in town there. That would make sense. Yeah, they really don't want you customizing things much anymore, which, it sucks. I guess technically it makes the game easier to balance if you remove it, but by that logic, why not just make checkers, and then just instead of the little checker pieces, you put little minis, and you sell them. It's like, alright, this is the latest edition of 40K. Welcome to 11th edition. It's just a checkers board with miniatures as opposed to the little discs. Like, if the argument is just like, oh, people don't want to play it because it's too complicated, that just doesn't hold water. The reason people don't get into 40K is the cost. It's way too expensive to get into. Like, and it's getting worse. Like, instead of doing the smart thing over the last decade, which is allowing their price to mellow out while people's income doesn't really improve much, they've increased it steadily year over year. And not even just adjusting for inflation, they've increased it well above inflation demands. So they've made the game definitively more expensive. And to the point that it's just, for new people, it's like, you can't get into it because it's unaffordable, and if you were into it traditionally, you can't continue to afford it. Like, a member of my community just did a number crunch for the new Horus Heresy release with 3.0. Apparently it's over $900 to get everything, in terms of like the war journals and all the booklets and everything. Not even just the miniatures themselves, excluding those, all the booklets you'll need for the 3.0. It's apparently over $900, which means you can get a Warhound Titan for less than what it will cost you to get all the necessary booklets and everything to play Horus Heresy 3.0. Well, I guess not all of them are necessary, but all of them certainly are if you want to play the full breadth of the module. Oh, there they are, onions. You FDM 3D print all my stuff for deck. I SLA print. I don't like FDM. FDM I think is good for vehicles or larger structures. Like if I were to do a Titan, I might do FDM, like a very fine print FDM. But otherwise, I do resin printing. Like this is a example of one of my resin minis. Yeah, this was all printed on my Anycubic Mono X, and so is this guy. Both him and the base. Yeah, like FDM, I really don't like FDM as much as resin. It's definitely cleaner to use FDM, but it's just, eh. Yeah, I prefer, like if I like fine detail models,
I really like that intricate level of detail. The way to go for that is definitely resin. So I just need 1 onion. Oh, that was the last thing, right? Yep. Alright, so now let me return to Hetty. Your house share? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, resin is really smelly and is a really, like, toxic process. That's why I have a bunch of ventilation set up whenever I use my resin printer. So it is definitely understandable. Yeah, I get that. I've been looking for those ingredients. So what have you found so far? In fact, I found everything. Excellent. I can have them then. Or can I have them then? You pass the ingredients to Hetty, and she puts them all into her cauldron. Hetty closes her eyes and begins to chant. The cauldron bubbles mysteriously. Well, is it ready? Okay, now drink from the cauldron. You drink from the cauldron, it tastes horrible. You feel yourself imbued with power. Congratulations, you have completed a witch's potion. Oh. Okay then. Thanks. You advanced magic, your magic. Oh, it did actually do. It actually did the thing. Okay, I thought there was a gimmick. My magic is now 4. Members can now enchant opal-tipped crossbow bolts. Okay. Neat. Oh. Hello, Leo. Can you come and help me, Osgoman? I've got a problem with some graves. Okay. Okay, I'll help with your graves. Alright, fine. Let's go. Vampire Slayer is great for attack XP. Knight's Sword gets you 29 Smith immediately. 29 Smith? Damn. You have to help me, Asgaman. I put the wrong coffins into these graves. I need you to pick up the coffin from each grave, see who's inside it, and bury it in the grave with the correct gravestone. What kind of fuck up is this? Pick up the coffins, check the body inside, find out where they need to be buried, put all 5 coffins in the correct graves. You can store items in the mausoleum if you need more inventory space. I'm not sure how any of that is supposed to help me determine... Is that a burger? What is that? Skull... That. Random assortment of bones. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's gotta... Okay. I know the game is effectively defunct, but I like the way War Machine / Hordes did the rules for models. The box came with a stat card, and if they needed to do a rules update, they'd release that cheaply, which you should. You shouldn't, like, to fix the rules of an edition should be free. I'm sorry, like, logically speaking. Like, with Warglaive, that's my intent. I'm not going to charge anybody for a fix. Like, it's a fix. It's like, okay, we screwed up the rules. Here's a rules update. The only reason I'd charge for it is if it was an actual, like, extra module I was putting out, or, like, pre-made, like, game setups or whatever. You don't put behind a paywall of any sorts. What is that?
Okay, it's kind of got that same shape as that. Kind of. Yeah, like you should just... It's just an axe head. This was the rules the day before app became a thing. Eh. Oh, it's a little water spigot thing. That looks right. Doesn't it? Yeah, because axe, knife, wood. I'm assuming that directly relates to axe. So that was in the right grave. That's pickaxe. Okay, hat, pot. Hat or bowl? I might be too dumb for this. Pickaxe. Alright, there you go. Alright, so... Yeah, 'cause that's the one with the pickaxe. Yeah, that's fair, James Reed. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna do like resin models, it does make sense to give the customer the option of buying the STL file. Although I understand why a company would hesitate with that, because once the STL file is out there, there's no real way for you to prevent that person from just giving it out to everybody else for free. So I do understand the complication of that. So as a financial decision, it is complicated. Okay. Is that a hat? What is that? Dom doesn't die in Gears of War 2. I have some bad news. Alright, so... I'm thinking this one. Because... I'm assuming this is like farming equipment. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's farming equipment. So that would go here. I can't tell what that is. That's the problem. Is that a hat? Or is it something else? This has got the food looking stuff in it, so I'm gonna assume that's like a chef's hat. So if that's like a chef's hat, we'll put that there. And by process of elimination, that goes here. Alright, did I do it right? Oh. Okay, I guess I got it right. I got the... I now can use a zombie dance emote. Okay. Oh, there was rats in that shadow the whole time. Okay. I mean, I ran all the way back to Lumbridge when I didn't have to. Yay. Damn it. War Machine lost you with Mark IV update. I don't know much about Hordes and War Machine, but I did hear that they dropped the ball real hard. Like they had a really strong start and then they fucked up real bad and they didn't recover. That's generally what I've heard. I bought one War Machine model, but I ended up selling it because I heard how bad Mark IV was, so I didn't. For me, it wasn't like, okay, you know, if I invest in this, it might be another war game to get into. Right now, I'm getting into Conflict 47. That does seem like that's fun. That's by Warlord Games. I'm not so far enough into it yet that I can recommend it to others, but it looks the most like promising and interesting to me as alternatives for 40k go, outside of one-page rules. Stormwall was a good Colossal. Yeah, I just never got to unbox it or paint it or anything, because, you know, with how everything looked War Machine wise, didn't seem like it would be worth it to me, so I ended up selling it. I made like $40 back over the $60 purchase. Rune Mysteries. This one's in Lumbridge. No requirements, no recommendations. 7-3. Okay. Order of Wizards, number 1. Alright, number 1, so this is one of several. Ah, we need to go to Lumbridge Castle. Away! The music in this game has been awesome, by the way. Like, when I'm grinding and I'm just... I do have stuff playing on my other monitor when I grind, you know, and I hammer out all this stuff down here. But sometimes I do just put pause on, like, if I'm, like, watching something, like, on a YouTube video or something, or I'm playing some music, I'll push pause on it and just turn the game's volume up, and I will just mellow for, like, an hour. Eventually, my brain does crave a little bit more, like, information absorption, though, so I do put back on a YouTube video or something else. But there are some times where I'm just like, I'll just chill to the music. Apologize for my dog. She's a barky dog. She's obnoxious. They dropped the ball hard in the lore. Oh, okay. I don't know anything about the lore, so I couldn't tell you. I think they really wanted their sci-fi game to pop off. It just didn't. Yeah, that happens. And that's, to be fair, that's like a hazard with any new game. Is like writing and establishing the lore. For me, like that's what's most important before I even get all the models and minis done for Warglaive. Is get the lore right. Get it to a point where I love it. And then at the very least, I could say if Warglaive fails to capture anybody's interest, at the very least, I liked it. Obviously, that doesn't make up for like all the effort going to waste. So, but I don't think your goal when you're writing like a universe is what is everyone like? How do I maximize how interesting this is to like everybody else? Like, how do I popularize this? It should be, okay, what do I love? How can I fit that into this universe in a unique way that I think is cool and fitting for the universe? And if you walk away loving it, everyone should get that vibe from it. Even if they might not love the flavor of what you've made, ideally, at the very least, they should sense that there was passion and love put into it, and that you actually cared about it, not just you expected everyone else to. Because after all, you can't really expect other people to love something if you yourself don't. So, get that part down first before you start trying to make this big marketed lore series or universe. Oh, they killed off a lot of... Oh, did they pull like an end times thing? Like that that happened to Fantasy? There you go. Oh, exactly? Oh. Did they not pay attention to how that went for Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar? Perhaps did they not pick up on how badly that can go? Oh wait, hold on. Lumbridge Castle, I think it was second one? It was at the same time? Oh, okay, so no. Oh, that's just bad luck then. Well, it's not just bad luck, but that's pretty bad. Oh, there's 2 quests in here. Sigmund? Oh, so close to Sigismund. And Duke Horatio. Horatio is the guy we're talking to for this. Oh, that means that time was particularly cursed. It's like, oh, guys, maybe if we kill everybody off and start up everything again, maybe it'll go great. Yes. Yes, that sounds like a great idea. You should totally not reconsider this. You're coming up on the best skill in the game. Okay. Greetings, welcome to my castle. Have you any quests for me? Well, I wouldn't describe it as a quest, but there is something I could use some help with. What is it? We were recently sorting through some of the things stored down in the cellar, and we found this old talisman. The Duke shows you a talisman. The Order of Wizards over at the Wizard's Tower have been on the hunt for magical artifacts recently. I wonder if this might be just the kind of thing they're after. Would you be willing to take it to them for me? Yes, why not? Sure, no problem. Thank you very much. You'll find the Wizard's Tower southwest of here, across the bridge from the Draenor village. When you arrive, look for Cedridor. He is the Archmage of the Wizards there. The Duke hands you the talisman. I will not fail you, good lord. That would be a knight's wasted honor. Thomas the Tank Engine vibes? It's a little bit more whimsical than Thomas's. Thomas is definitely upbeat, like this is, but it's not. This is more whimsical. At least this track playing right now. Maybe you were talking about the earlier theme. Their blog post announcing the new edition, they weren't confident in it. Such a dumb move. Yeah, I mean that should have been a huge red flag for them. Like, if you're nervous announcing something like that, maybe put it back to the drawing board. Like, my general rule of thumb: don't announce something unless you're confident. Like, they're always gonna have a level of nervousness when you announce something to like your audience, but if you're like actively nervous to the point it's showing in like a post, yeah, maybe don't reveal it. Maybe like hold off, bring all the eggheads together and be like, okay, maybe we should reconsider this. Let's not kill anybody off or do like a wholesale thing here. After all, the defining question, people got into this to begin with because of potentially these characters and these individuals. Doesn't make a lot of sense to throw that goodwill away. Wait, does this fence go all the way around? Okay, no, it ends. Good. Oh, okay, so Mark IV, they're bouncing back. Got bought by a new company. Sometimes that can work out. It depends on the company, of course. If that company's GW, it's fucked. But obviously, it's not GW if it's doing well. If you are fearful, audience will smell it. Yes.
And sometimes, like, I have seen people, like, devs or, like, creators be nervous about an announcement, and people smell it and be worried, but then it's revealed kind of that the nervousness was actually kind of misplaced. And when that happens, when it's revealed that it's kind of a misplaced fear, generally, it becomes endearing. Like, the audience would be like, oh, okay, this guy was nervous, but really it all worked out, and he really just didn't want to disappoint anybody. But that's a very special circumstance. Generally, a level of nervousness shows a lack of confidence. Lack of confidence means there's something wrong with it. After all, why would you be unconfident about a project if it's completely through and through, cleanly, everything you wanted it to be? You should be confident releasing it. There's also misplaced confidence, of course, but generally, at least be mostly confident about what you release. You were a swan? Alright, so we're looking for... What's that? Professor Uglewhip? That's Rick. The wizard. Misgog. Grayzag. Hold on. None of those names look right. Cedrador. Okay, he might be in the basement. You killed that lesser demon so many times. That was a lesser demon? I wonder what the higher end demons look like. There's Cedrador. Good Cedrador, I have come to visit thee.
Welcome, adventurer, to the world-renowned Wizard's Tower. Come to the Order of Wizards. Home to the Order of Wizards. We are the oldest and most prestigious group of wizards around. Now how may I help you?
Are you Cedrador?
Cedrador? What is it you want with him?
He's immediately dodging. The Duke of Lombard sent me to find him. I have this talisman he found. He said Cedrador would be interested in it.
Did he now? We'll hand it over then, and we'll see what all the hubbub is about.
No, only give it to Cedrador.
Well, good news, I am Cedrador. Now hand it over and let me have a proper look at him, eh?
No, I don't think you are Cedrador. Okay, little things like this just make doing these quests so much more memorable. Even if, like, it's not like it's like this big, like, huge, like, ulterior path of, like, choices of dialogue, but it's just little charming things like this that make it all the more memorable, that you can fuck with NPCs. No, I don't think you are Cedrador.
Well, I admire your caution, adventurer, but perhaps I can prove myself. I use my mental powers to discover... Your name is Asgamon.
You're right. How did you know that?
Well, I am the Archmage, you know. You don't get in my position without learning a few tricks along the way. So now that I have proved myself to you, why don't you hand over your talisman?
Okay, here you are. Damn it! He's just like, no, I still don't think you're Cedrador. He's like, fuck! Smacks you in the head with a cane. And the talisman to Cedrador.
Doesn't seem to be anything too special. Just a normal air talisman, by the looks of things. Still, looks can be deceiving. Let me take a closer look.
Cedrador murmurs some sort of incantation, and the talisman glows slightly.
How interesting. It would appear I spoke too soon. There's more to this talisman than meets the eye. In fact, it may well be the last piece of the puzzle.
Puzzle?
Indeed. I
almost said Lost Galaxy.
The lost legacy of the first tower. This talisman may in fact be the key to finding the forgotten essence mine.
First tower? Forgotten essence mine? What are you on about?
Ah, my apologies, adventurer. Allow me to fill you in.
Alright, actually I'm not interested. Go ahead.
As you are likely aware, when we cast spells, we do so using the power of runes. These runes are crafted from a highly unique material and then imbued with magical power from various runic altars. Different altars create different runes with different magical effects. The process of imbuing runes is called rune crafting. Legend has it that this was once a common art, but the secrets of how to do it were lost until just under 200 years ago. The rediscovery of rune crafting had such a large impact on the world that it marked the dawn of the Fifth Age.
Ah, okay, so they do like ages in this. So kind of like Lord of the Rings has the first, second, and third age.
It also resulted in the birth of our order and the construction of the first wizard's tower.
If it was the first tower, I'm guessing it doesn't exist anymore. What happened?
It was burnt down by traitorous members of our own order. They followed the evil god of chaos, Zamorak, and they wished to claim our magical discoveries in his name. When the tower burnt down, much was lost, including an important incantation, a spell that could be used to teleport to a hidden essence mine.
The essence mine you mentioned earlier, I assume.
Precisely. Rune essence is the material used to make runes, but it is incredibly rare. That essence mine was the only place it could be found that our order knew of. Since the incantation was lost, we have struggled to maintain our stocks of rune essence. There are seemingly those out there that still know where to find some, but while they have been willing to sell essence to us, they have refused to share knowledge on how to find it ourselves.
I'm not convinced he's the average mage. I test his knowledge about swallows.
Is it an African swallow? What?
Sorry, what was the two? Is the African swallow and then there was the other one? I was like, Unladen swallow. African or European swallow. Thank you. What do you mean, African or European?
Oh, I don't know that. Ah! What is your quest?
To seek the Holy Grail.
What is the velocity of an unladen swallow?
African or European?
I don't know that. Ah!
Oh, God. I love that movie. I've watched it way too many fucking times. I'm starting to see why this is so important. So you think this talisman can help you rediscover that incantation?
I do. All magic leaves traces, and from what I can tell, this talisman was used heavily during that time of the first tower. I have been taken to the essence mine many times, and the magical energies there will have left an imprint on it. To think that it was hidden in Lombridge all this time.
So what happens now?
It is critical I share this discovery with my associate, Aubrey. As soon as possible. He's not much of a wizard, but he's an expert in rune crafting, and his insight will be essential. Would you be willing to visit him for me? I would go myself, but I wish to study this talisman some more.
Yeah, certainly.
He runs a rune shop in the southeast of Varrock. Please take this package of research notes to him. If all goes well, the secrets of the Essence Mine may soon be ours once more.
Cedrador hands you a package.
First, best of luck, Asgaman.
Thank you, sir. To Grail the Holy Seek. Don't know, Karn's turned into Romeo. Kill him. Right, off to the bridge. How do you know so much about swallows? Well, you have to know these things when you're king, you know. Actually, no. How do
you know so much about swallows?
Well, you have to know these things when you're king, you know.
Sir Robin.
Oh, great. Now the whole movie's going to be playing in my head all night. Not that that's a bad thing. Goddamn, people are going ham with the fires. Someone's leveling up their fire making. Alright, so we have to head to Varrock. Oops, wrong button. I guess we're just going to have to go the same route we went before. North.
Some call me Tim. I think the best part about that delivery of that line is how questioning he is. He's like, is that my name? Monty Python Holy Grail is one of those nerd checks. It could be a password at the door to the club. Yeah, it really could. That would actually be the perfect like club check. It's just, you know, you open up the slide. Who goes there? We'd like to come into the club. We're here to play D&D. What is your quest? To seek the Holy Grail? What is your favorite color? Yellow. Hey, blue. No, yellow! Alright, you're coming. Sand the fire, DPS higher. Well, apparently that's how it works according to WoW players. How do we maximize our DPS? Is he on fire and dying very quickly? Yes. Well, apparently he's got it. He's got that shit down. It was a fantastic ad-lib. It really was. How much of that... I still don't know how much of that was ad-libbed. I know a huge chunk of it was. But it's just... It's one of those things that they clearly came up with the idea just drunk one night. Alright, what's our next big comedy movie? Alright, take out your alcohol and start getting drunk. We'll figure it out. And they did. And it was legendary. Oh, shit. Where's my character going backwards? Alright, so we're almost to Vedok. Actually, technically, I guess we're Cook's Guild. We're a little outside Vedok. Is healer adjust? Oh god, healing in MMOs. I'll never do it. It's just never. Like I always treat healers well because they get so much shit for nothing. It's ridiculous. You like the cheese shop skit? I think the older you get, the more the obscure, like, smaller moments in, like, the Monty Pythons, or not just Monty Python, but also Mel Brooks, like, the smaller moments in those, like, big comedies that just kind of you appreciate more. I think knowledge of history really helps, like, enjoying Mel Brooks, but more so Monty Python all the more. Hold on, I'm gonna check my notes on this one. Talisman is set to door in the basement. Excuse me. I apologize for the yawn. Aubrey, an expert runecrafter. I can find this rune shop in the southeast of Vedok. Alright, so that would be over yonder. That's low. That's the bank. Oh, there's Aubrey. We found him. Sneaky bastard. Nova Prospect Combined. Welcome to stream. What's going to happen with Warglaive Gothic? Long term or like what's, I guess, can you specify the question a little bit more? Like long term, short term, what's the whole? Because I can answer that question, but I have a long answer and a short answer depending on what specifically for information you're looking for. Do you want to buy some runes?
In the short term. In the short term, finish the first novel. I just got a guy contacting me who was willing to help me with the rules, so I'm hiring him on. So he and I are hopefully going to get started on doing some testing and TTS, because we don't live nearby, unfortunately. But I'm going to finish the current iteration of the rules I'm on. I'm going to shoot him his way. He's probably going to edit it. I'm going to pay him for his services, and then the two of us will do a consultation session where we actually test the game rules out. Once we do that, we'll figure out what's wrong and what's good. If it's totally terrible, he'll tell me, and I'll start from scratch again. If it's promising, but there's just aspects about it I gotta fix, that and the like. Also, I'm working on models again, now with Blender as opposed to Maya. So there's a little bit of a learning curve there, because Blender was never my specialty. Maya I know extremely well, but Blender is a pain in my ass. So, working on models. Hopefully gonna have some more stuff to put on the Patreon relatively soon. I say relatively soon. Next couple of months. I have a vacation I'm going on in August. I'll be in Germany for a week, meeting up with some of my friends. But outside of that, yeah, so short term, next couple of months, hopefully I have a couple minis on the Patreon. For those who want to try them out, try and print them out. I'm still waiting for someone to actually try the STLs out and then get back to me and tell me, okay, they were decent quality, they printed well, or hey, there was some issues with the file. That way I know if the files are set and the way I've been exporting them is working, or if there's like issues with the design that I need to fix. But yeah, short term is that. The book is in its rough draft form, so I need to edit it and go through it and fix a lot of things. It's a very girthy book, so I am a little nervous when I actually release that book, if people will actually have the patience to read through it, because right now it's like 400 something pages, so I'm thinking about trimming it. There are some bits that I could. What is the book about? The book is about a Helsing character. It's part of her origin story, if you will. Yeah, so it's a sovereignty-based book. It's part of a series of books I'm starting up called the Terra Stands. Not the Terra Stands. The Sovereignty Stands series. The Sovereignty Stands series is kind of like going about different sovereignty characters. Some of which will be HQs, some of which will just be special characters or elite units you can use on the tabletop. Some of them won't be appearing on the tabletop, and they're just lore-based. But it's just kind of going about and learning that faction through the eyes of certain characters. So, the first book is about Melina. She's a anomaly that happens in the cloning process that makes Helsings. So she's the only female. Don't worry, I know that a lot of people are kind of scarred by the modern day. It's like, oh shit, is it a like whammon superpowers like empowerment story? No, it's an interesting lens to jump into the world. I think is through such a amalgamous character or analogous character. I think she's going to be a fun start, and I think I'm writing her with more respect, and certainly like there's not a lot of there's highlights of her gender, but it's solely from the lens of you're not normal. Okay, we'll work with you. It's kind of like that. But yeah, that's the first book. I think it's a good concept. Yeah, Havoc's actually read part of the rough draft. First 60 or so pages I shared with you, Havoc. Yeah, so yeah, he would he can vouch for or against me, which I totally encourage anybody who's read it to hopefully not spoil it, but certainly say if it's good or bad. But yeah, the first book is very, very lengthy. I gotta clean it. Honestly, in the process of cleaning it, has been taking me a lot longer than my initial writing. Like, the rough draft, I zipped through that fucking book. I am going so goddamn slow fixing it, because everything from grammar issues to certain, like, interactions just don't flow well. So cleanup process is definitely going to take a hot minute. Plus, once I've cleaned it up myself, going it through once, I have to send it to an editor, because I don't want to publish anything before I've had, like, an editor look over stuff and give me, like, yeah, it's all good, everything's all set, or, hey, here's a lot of stuff you might not have noticed, overlooked, or you didn't think was a big deal. How are you publishing? Something like what we read? I was going to self-publish through Amazon. Thankfully, they do so for free. They even let you make an Audible book, which I can voice act the book, or I can hire somebody else to. But, yeah, Audible. I was thinking about going through Amazon since they don't really charge anything. And plus, they will actually produce the book in a soft cover or hardcover right on Amazon. You just got to give them all the stuff. I haven't actually gone through the process of setting that up on Amazon quite yet, so maybe there's some issues there. But as of right now, that's the plan, is go through Amazon. Because every other form of publishing I'd have to go through would come with contracts, would come with a lot more overbearing like control taken away from me. I'll also have to go through approval processes where they might tell me I have to remove certain content because they don't like it. Not even so that it's actually a problem objectively. It's just stuff I want to avoid with that. I'd rather publish it as earnestly and honestly to what I intended it to be without the contents being overwritten. The only other way to self-publish other than through Amazon is, well, the old school method, which will take a lot more money and a lot more time and will lend less favorable results. Does she shop at Slenish shop? Slenish topic? You mean Hot Topic? No. Oh shoot, did I finish talking to him? Okay, I've been sent here with a package for you. A package? From whom? From Cedrador at the Wizard's Tower. From Cedrador? But surely he can't have. Please let me have it. It must be extremely important for him to have sent to a stranger. You hand the package to Aubrey. Now let's have a look. Aubrey goes to the package of research notes. This is incredible. My gratitude to you, adventurer, for bringing me these research notes. Thanks to you, I think we finally have it. You mean the incantation? Well, when we combine my own research with this latest discovery, I think we might just... No, I'm getting ahead of myself. The signs are promising, but let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Here, take these notes back to Cedrador. They should hopefully give him everything he needs. Aubrey hands you some research notes. That's it. Alright, back to the tower. Wow, I'm glad to hear that, Lightning. Yeah. I will say, I'm excited for the release of the book, and I will say this: if the book does get lambasted or anything like that, I'm perfectly ready to receive any like bad reviews and note down what people have a problem with. Obviously, given who I am on YouTube, I'm gonna get some people who will, review the book badly, just cause it's me. It's like, oh, written by a fascist, and then like, I certainly expect that. I'm gonna write those reviews off, but for people who leave genuine criticism, I'm all for that, because this first book is definitely a trial. I want it to be good, don't get me wrong. I'm not just throwing it out there. But if it goes out there, I go through an editor and I go through the whole shebang and there's still flaws, I want to iron those out. I'm not going to see genuine reviews that are negative as bad. I see them as, okay, this is what I need to improve on. Yeah, but everything with Warglaive is just taking a long-ass time. I will say that. It is lengthy. A couple times I've considered quitting YouTube altogether just to focus on it, but if I did do that, I think part of doing YouTube has helped me like take breaks and stuff from other things and like relax, especially when I stream. But also, like, I've put so much time in YouTube, quitting it I think would actually hurt me in a lot of ways. So as much as it might benefit Warglave's progress if I did at the very least take a hiatus, I still want to dedicate a lot of time to YouTube just because I think it's a good argument to keep doing YouTube as well, just on the basis of when everything for Warglaive is ready to go, I can use this to advertise. So as long as I maintain a YouTube presence and maintain like a level of an audience when I'm ready to release things, it's not like I have no way to market it. So an endorsement. You posted something important on Discord. I shall check right now while I'm traveling, I guess. Is this actually important? If this is, yeah, depending on what this is, I might be mad at you. Oh, sea shanty too. Okay. You posted Runescape music. Yeah, one thing I'm gonna... There's actually a vehicle for the Sovereignty I actually want to make as a model in Blender. I think it'd be a good experiment for learning all of Blender's intricate systems. It's one of their main tanks on the battlefield. So I think it'd be a good little bit of practice for Blender. I'm also trying to help out another friend of mine, Temporary Alien. He's working on a Command & Conquer style video game right now, and I agreed to and it kind of works for me because it helps me practice Blender for modeling. But he wants a really low poly model for that game for him, so I'm working on that as well. Although I haven't touched that in a couple weeks, I should probably work on that. I'll make some time tonight to actually work on that. But yeah. Yeah, one thing I hate about Blender is just the UI is such a pain in my ass. Like, if you learn something like Maya, which is so streamlined first, and then you go to Blender, it is painful. It is a very painful process. Like, there are things about Maya that genuinely piss me off. Okay. Directly south. This way. Fuck yeah, she said. You're rocking out, aren't you? Let's see what makes them cheer. Fair and correct. Alright. Ah! Fuck me. Dude, leave me alone. Asshole. Asshole. Right. To the Wizard's Tower. We cross. Oh, it's another player. Okay, for some there, I thought we were about to do an encounter. Pardon me? Madam? I think. I thought I saw Booba, so... Madam? Oh, whoops. My name is Dennis. Welcome BDG to this stream. This is more engaging and exciting than all of Miss Pandaria. Oh, don't. Oh, you've now engaged my rant mode. Fuck Blizzard so hard for that. I'm actually so pissed that they still did that. Like, I stopped playing WoW altogether after Shadowlands as it was, including Classic, because at that point they were already like progressing things in the wrong direction in my opinion. But when they announced that they were progressing Classic to fucking Kata, sorry, when they're progressing from Wrath to Kata, that enraged me because at that point I knew that they totally fucking missed the whole point of Classic. Like, what defines the Classic era of World of Warcraft is pre-Cataclysm. Cataclysm is that dividing line. So the fact that they're not only progressed to Kata,
But now they're like, hey, let's keep fucking going. It's like, you can't even call it Classic anymore. You can't. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Imagine if they called RuneScape 3 1.0, they progressed OSRS to that. Who on earth would fucking still call it old school RuneScape at that point, right? Like, definitively, that would be the dividing line, right? Like, if you progressed it into RuneScape 3 in any form, it would no longer be OSRS. They skipped Mist Lands Classic. No, they're dropping Mists of Pandaria right now. Mist Lands? Yeah, actually today. The only reason I know that is my buddy Ludus is still playing WoW. He's playing it for the nostalgia. For me, I have considered going and playing like one more classic hardcore run, because Blizzard did release a classic vanilla server again, but rumor has it they're planning on progressing that one to TBC, which then begs the question: okay, where are they going with that? They're just gonna have 2 classic servers progressing simultaneously until they get to a point where players quit, and then they'll release another classic server? Ugh. But I think at most I would dip back into WoW for a couple of months just to do a hardcore run in TBC Classic when that drops, and then never touch it again. That's like the most I'd do, but even then, I feel like even giving them a couple months money is just too wrong. Should have done that. What OSRS did, keep it what it was back then. Yeah, that's what they should have done, and I genuinely cannot understand why they didn't do that. Like, it goes to show you that the people running the show behind the scenes at Blizzard are not only just nasty people, but they're fucking stupid. Like, they're absolutely dumb, as dumb can get. Their faces are in the book. In the dictionary, they are right next to the word dumb, right there. Like, I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Sorry for my dog. Is the milk nostalgia teat drier than the Sahara? Right, but if you want to milk that teat, you have to stay in that era. If you progress it like they did to Kata, you lose the classic audience. Because the whole reason that they subscribed for Classic, was so that they don't play retail. Which is very much defined by its post-Kata state. Cataclysm is the defining line. They cross that line, they lose the teat. The milk is going dry now, because what people were there for has been taken away again. We're now playing retail again. It's just we're playing retail slightly reversed back, with slightly less content at the end of it. So I genuinely don't understand the idiocy behind that decision. And they ended up releasing Classic Anniversary, which is just Classic again. And rumor has it they're progressing that to TBC. So what the fuck where are they just going to keep progressing that one until they go all, like, I genuinely don't understand what the fuck their plan is right now. Is it just, we keep progressing to the next expansion rather than come up with new and exciting and interesting content for the game styled after how the game was supposed to be back then? No, for some dumbass reason, we're just our methodology is, just progress it to the next expansion that we had back then. That'll work. And don't get me wrong, that makes sense up to Wrath, because Wrath was an amazing expansion. TBC was an amazing expansion. Solid-ass story, solid-ass questline, solid-ass zones. Did so much for the game. There was a lot of systems they added, especially in Wrath, that ended up being the downfall of the game. But there was so much good. At Wrath, they should have cut it off and said, okay, now we do new shit. Make it a new timeline. Just don't even progress the timeline. Just add shit that makes sense for the eras that's going on right now. Add stuff in Northrend. Add stuff in Kalimdor. Add stuff in the Eastern Kingdoms. Just add shit that makes sense for what's going on in the world right then and there. Classic Plus. Just do that shit. And leave it. But no, for some fucking reason, their solution at the end of Wrath was progress to Kata. That makes sense. Why did people want Classic again? I don't know. Huh. Progression to Canada, that'll make him happy, right? Population drops off. Why did everybody leave again? I thought, why did they leave? That doesn't make sense. Okay, to bring them back, re-release Classic Vanilla. Oh, they've come back, sir. Good, good. Now progression to TBC. Well, what do we do after that? Well, we'll go to Wrath again. And after that, we'll go to Kata again. You just keep the train going. But they'll fall off again. And they'll trust us less to maintain it in a positive era. Fuck me. just thinking about this makes my blood boil. Not if keeping them in the loop is the entire point. But the loop doesn't make sense to me, though. The loop would make sense if there was some kind of, like if they were selling the expansion for, like, $60 a pop every time they re-released the classic servers, then I'd see the loop. It's like, okay, get them all to pay $60, and then plus the $15 a month fee. We'll maintain the expansion to vanilla, and then they'll either sell you TBC again all over again for another $60, or at the very least they'll just keep those servers going for $15 a month. Then they'll start the loop over again and then charge you another $60. That would make sense, as scummy and evil as it would be. At least I could see what, like, the profit is, right? And the sense in it. Fuck. Damn it. I spent so time ranting I got kicked out of RuneScape. Alright, sorry about that. But with the loop as it is, there's no profit. Like, okay, we keep everybody happy through Classic, TBC, and Wrath, and then when we progress it past that, we lose a bunch of people, thus lose a bunch of monthly income, and then we start the cycle over, then they come back. But you didn't gain any money from that. In fact, you lost money, because if it took you more than a month to re-release Classic again, you lost a month's revenue from every individual who dropped off because you progressed it past the dividing line of Classic. So I only see that of them losing money in that move. I can't see in my mind's eye where the money gain is in this loop. Unless they resell it. Anyway. Does that to a man? I should know. Yeah. Anyway, let me move away from WoW and get some therapy. Oh crap, fuck, what voice did I do for him?
Osnagan, how goes your quest? Have you delivered my research to Aubrey yet?
Yes, I have. He gave me some notes to give to you.
Wonderful. Let's have a look at them.
You hand the notes to Sedrador.
Alright, let's see what Aubrey has for us. Yes, this is it. The Lost Incantation.
So you'll be able to access the Essence Mine now.
That's right. Because of you, our order finally has proper source of rune essence again. Thank you, friend. If you ever want to access the Essence Mine yourself, just let me know. It's the least I can do. I will also share the incantation with others, including Aubrey. When I do, I'll let them know that you are to be given unlimited access to the mine. Oh, and you can have this air talisman back as well. I have no further need of it, and I'm sure you will find it useful. In case you didn't know, the talisman can be used to craft air runes. Just make it to the air altar south of Falador, along with some rune essence. Don't worry, if you can't find the altar, the talisman can guide you there. You may find talismans for other altars as well while adventuring. They'll let you craft other types of runes.
Sorry, my throat's containing.
Great, thanks.
My pleasure.
One quest point, an air talisman. Rune Essence Mine. Thank you. So back to my question, Life of Brian or Holy Grail? Holy Grail.
Life of Brian's good, but Holy Grail. Every time. PR-friendly version of Blood Magic, Essence Magic. Okay. It's crazy that even though RuneScape is 24 years old, they still managed to pull so many members, and they still subscribe and are satisfied. They knew how to build an actual community. True, that is impressive. Although I can't speak to RuneScape 3. I don't know hardly anything about it. But just from my experience with osrs so far, and I have like 24 hours in the game so far. Although I'm not sure. How do I actually check that? Because on Steam I know I have like 13 or 14 hours, and given my hours that I've added at work and on mobile, I think it hits around 24 hours, but I'm not certain on that. So I'm not sure. Is there a way I can actually check my in-game time? Make magic stuff.
Yay!
I can check on the quest tab. Can I? Quest. Character summary. To level 299, combat level 32. Time played. Are you sure you want to display your time played? Yes. Is there a reason I wouldn't want that? One day, 1 hour, so 25 hours. Actually, so I was close. I was 1 hour short. So I've been playing for 25 hours. Because I'm assuming it's like Final Fantasy rules, where it's like, instead of saying this many hours flat, it includes days. So 24 hours plus 1 hour, so 25 hours. Yeah, so I've been playing for 25 hours. That 25 hours has gone by like nothing, let me tell you. Like, it doesn't feel like 25 hours. So, yeah, they got a really solid gameplay flow with this game. It's nuts. Subs are okay, but I prefer Burger Tab. Burgers are great. It's past 7 PM. Yes, Lightning, make sure you eat some food. Eat up, my good man. Do not lose your delectability. Yeah, so I'm not sure. You know, we're progressing things. We're progressing. Are there bosses in this game, or raids? I don't think I've asked that question. So far, everything I've done is very open world. I know there's definitely got to be dungeons, or dungeon-like activities. Leave me alone. You're super salty and not taste very good. I'm sure you're underestimating how sweet you are. Hey, Pyrrhus. Yes and yes. Okay, so there's raids and there's bosses. Noted. There's 2 free-to-play bosses. Only 2? Well, I have a member account. I got a month's worth, so... How many other... Actually, no, I'm not going to answer that. I rescind the question. Black cape. Someone just randomly left the cape lying around. Mine now. God damn. Randomly came about a cape that someone left here. Why, thank you. My drip has increased due to random chance. Foul knave! You will not rob another soul. I send you to the afterlife with cold regret. Oh, that's where the black came from. Okay. I bury you. I think I'm biased because I've had a fair bit of Subway in my graduate studies. Ah, okay. Not as many burgers available. I miss Quiznos. I know it's kind of random, but I really miss Quiznos.
Like these bacon sandwiches I'd order from them. I love how they did bacon because they did chopped up bacon, like little bits, not like really chopped up where it's almost like a paste. No, they just chopped up in these little like squares and cubes. I absolutely fucking love that. And they were really generous with it too. I know. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I always ordered the one sandwich from them, but I don't know. I loved Quiznos. I don't know what happened. At some point, they just kind of failed, I guess, which is very depressing. Heard good things. I enjoyed Quiznos. It was better than Subway, but I don't know. I guess something happened, or they just weren't as successful. I don't know how. Subway is still like Subway's at its best in my experience. Was never as good as Quiznos. So I just don't know what happened. I genuinely like. For me, it was shocking that Quiznos went under, but Subway is still the top dog sandwich fast food shop. It's nuts to me. All right, we're gonna call the stream there today, guys. It's getting kind of late, and I have to get ready for bed because I have work in the ye old morning. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming Wednesday. So, at around 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll see you guys for some more RuneScape. And we will progress, hopefully, a little bit better pace today, because, you know, I'm not rushing anything, but I do think I took a little too many occasions to rant. 50 plus James and do what? You can't boss at level 50, except maybe crazy archaeologists of safe spotting giant mole. What the hell are you talking about? Call the stream. I didn't know you were taking questions. Oh, ha ha ha. Yeah, take care, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I am making a video soon of this first little foray into RuneScape, so be on the lookout for that. It's basically first impressions of the first 20 plus hours. And actually, this stream was part of the footage for it, so be on the lookout. I'll probably have that done by the end of the week. I'm not taking too much time on making that video. It's just straightforward in my thoughts. Although I do intend to make it entertaining. Bye. Also, like